Hi everyone, welcome back to Tracks and Tires. Today I'm just going to be doing some Magneto repair on this old Lincoln 300 welder. Pretty old, I'd say it's from the early 50s. It's got a positive ground side and we got it running last year. It turns out that the Magneto had some issues and we were getting intermittent spark. But from then on I realized there's a few problems. I'm going to be replacing the points and spark plug wires and everything to hopefully make it run better. And yeah, let's get into it. So here's my list of parts that I bought for it. I bought it from BW Parts in the States. And here's the part numbers next to each item. It seems to be harder online to find parts for the 6-cylinder engines. The 4-cylinder engines are very common to buy all the pieces for, but this bwparts.com, they had everything I needed. Yeah, and here's kind of like the pricing and everything. So let's go over it. I got a new rotor. Brand spanking new. A rebuild kit for the mag. It comes with all the gaskets, a couple of seals, the little washers, and yeah, condenser and point set. I bought the little button that goes in the Magneto cap. Right there, a little spring and button. And all new spark plug wires. Right on. So pretty much everything you need for this job is just here. It's all basically like standard screwdrivers. I got a couple specialty little ones here, but yeah, nothing too weird. Most distributor and Magneto caps normally are labeled for cylinder number 1. They'll have a little number 1 by one of these spots for the spark plug wires. This one just so happens to not have it, and it is the original Fairbanks Morris cap, so that's kind of strange to me. But yes, this one right here, in accordance to the top here, this is cylinder 1. So I'm gonna, when I remove the wires, I'm gonna take a photo and label it so you guys know which order this goes in. So it would be the firing order, and right here it will tell you if your Magneto is a clockwise rotation or a counterclockwise, and that rotation is not facing the end over here. It's facing when you're looking in this way. So since this one is a clockwise rotation, if you're facing the end, it rotates clockwise, as I labeled a little arrow on here, so it rotates down. So yeah. So right here on top of the head is the firing order. I found it. I just had to remove a little bit of rust. So that means on this cap it's going to be 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, and then 4, and then it restarts again. Before you order any parts, I always recommend that you take yours apart and verify that you don't need extra things, because I had already had mine apart, so I know I needed the rotor, but I knew that I didn't need a cap. But you could always take yours apart and look, and if they're super worn out, you'll see these little black spots right there by my finger. It will end up eventually eating away at that copper until there's nothing left. So at that point, yes, you would need a new cap, but mine's in really good shape, so I'm not gonna need one. But yeah, always take your stuff apart, look at it and clean it before ordering parts. Next, we take off this rotor here. It's in decent condition, but yeah, these are the areas that get dirty. So if you're just taking it apart to clean, you would just clean right there. And then this tip, these end up wearing down slowly over time. It should be a little bit longer. I'll compare it to my new one here. But yeah, So now I'll just have to remove the 4 screws, 1, 2, and then the same on the other side, 3, 4. And then I can pull this whole cap off here. Just be careful, behind the rotor there was a little felt washer, so it might try and fall off the shaft when you pull this out. If you didn't get a new one, make sure not to lose it. All right, with all the 4 screws removed, I'm ready to take off this part of the Magneto. So if you look in here, here's that little felt washer. It just sits inside this hole and rides on the shaft. Now when removing this stuff, always keep track of where all the wires go. I know there's only 3, but you could get it confused. Lots of people sometimes think that this has to have power to make the Magneto run. You're the exact opposite of what you think it should be. This is how you ground the Magneto's coil to shut it off. So whenever it's running, you don't need anything here. It will always create spark. The moment you hook this up, and if you put one end of it to the ground anywhere on the machine, it will kill the spark from the Magneto. So this is how you shut them off. I noticed right here, you can see these, a couple of mine are loose for some reason. Maybe someone didn't tighten them when they put them back in. So always double check when you're taking stuff apart and putting it back together that you have things actually tight. So now with lots of the other stuff out of the way, I can come up in here and these are my points. Look at that, Fairbanks Morris original. But here it is, and you can take off this C-clip here and slide off this black piece from the shaft, and then that's how you can remove your old points here and install your new ones. I just used a little screwdriver and popped this little clip off. I'll set it down out of the way here where I won't lose it, and then now I can reach in and easily slide off my points. Now look at that, eh? That's your little points button. That always has to be super clean. Mine's pretty clean because I did take it out like last year to clean it up, and we probably ran it only a half an hour since then. But yeah, there it is. So this is almost like cam-shaped lobe on this gear shaft right here. So this is what makes your points ride up and down. It makes them bounce, so then it opens and closes the connection. You're gonna want to make sure yours is not super worn or super dirty. I'll clean mine a little bit, but if there's too much dirt and stuff on it, it can make them open and close not at the proper times. So always make sure your stuff's really clean before reassembling it. So just a quick overview of the parts I've removed. I've got my rotor, condenser, point. This little piece here is what helps lubricate the shaft that the points ride on. And then my cap. So if you're just taking this apart to maybe change 1 or 2 parts or just to clean it, these are the areas where you're going to want to clean. You clean all these off so they're nice and smooth. Do not use anything super abrasive because you'll end up removing too much. Clean your tip there, clean that. I would make sure that shaft I showed you in the last video is clean, that the points ride on it. This is the piece right here that the shaft rides on, and it makes your points go up and down. And then make sure that this point is super clean right here. And the amount of black that gets on it, it ends up creating resistance, and sometimes your points won't open and close. And then yeah, you lubricate this. You can just dip it in like a little tiny bit of engine oil, and it helps keep the points riding smooth right here. Here's the other side of your points. You could clean it if you're not replacing it. You could reach up in there and clean it with the emery cloth. That'd be just this little black spot right there. But I've got a brand new one here, so I'm just going to be replacing it. What you do is you tighten this side only. See this one screw? You tighten this side first, but leave it a little tiny bit loose, and then you can put in this bolt. Then that's how you adjust your points. See how it's slotted? It's not just a perfect circle. So yeah. So what you do now that you have everything back together here, and you make sure all your wires are tucked up at the bottom here. Make sure they're all tucked up out of the way so that when you put the cover back on, nothing will hit them. You rotate the engine over until this thing is a cam shape. So it's got two really low flat sides, and then two sides of it that are shorter are flat, but they're taller. So you rotate the motor over until the tallest part is riding on the black here. And what that does is it opens up the points in here. It opens up your points to the highest spot. So that's when your points are completely open. So you just rotate the motor over until these are open. Most, you know that you're at that spot, because if you continue going, your points will start to close again. So once your points are fully opened and you're on the highest spot on the cam, you can adjust your points. 13 thou feeler gauge, and you put it inside this area here in between the points, and then you can adjust this. So you loosen it. Now you can adjust this whole metal piece at the bottom, adjusts up and down, and it can open and close your points. So you loosen the screws here and here, adjust the metal plate down until it's pinching your feeler gauge ever so slightly, and then you tighten both the bolts. And then you're good to go. Turn it over, make sure that they do close all the way when they're on their lowest spot on the cam, and you're set up. So I went really slow adjusting my points, and I spun the motor around a few times to make sure that they open and close properly. Everything looks good, so now I'm ready to reinstall my caps and covers. So let's go ahead and do it. So I got 4 brand new screws here, and I'm going to use them to hold on this cover. I put a little bit of gasket maker on here to help seal it up with the gasket also. And then I put my little washer in here, and I added some ATF to it to keep it lubricated for the shaft, but not too much. You don't want it dripping and getting on the points or the rotor cap. So yeah, I'm just going to install this right now. So here's all 6 of my new spark plug cables. I took off the old ones one at a time and I laid them out on the ground, and it's pretty simple. It's not special like some automotive cables are. It seems to me that cylinder 1, starting at the front here, working your way back to cylinder 6, it just goes the shortest to the longest cable. So all I did is I compared them like this, all the ends are the same, and then I strung them out, and I'm just going to put them on one at a time, starting with cylinder 1, and I'll just work my way from the shortest cable to the longest. So here we go. That was super simple. I just started with 1 spark plug wire at a time, ran it through each of my little holders here, and I started with my 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, and 4. So yeah, it looks really good. I made sure that none of them were running anywhere the fan could hit them or anything like that. Not too close to the exhaust. Perfect. Always double check that you did put them in the correct position, because if you started one off on here, you'd be completely one out on each of them. So yeah, just take your time and make sure you do it properly.